right, back at you with a Tuesday workout. I promise I do change my clothes every day. We're just videoing these all on one day. I got my lovely assistant Stacy with me again. Today is our first upper body day. We're starting off with about a 5-minute warm up. So we're gonna run through this 3 times. We're gonna start off with 60 jumping jacks, then into 10 arm circles and 10 hugs, followed by 10 up downs and 6 push-ups. So we'll get right into that for you. Starting with 60 jumping jacks. Alternative to a jumping jack is step outs. Just some kind of movement with both your arms and legs, getting up over your head, get the blood flowing. We're doing 60 of those. Then we're gonna get into 10 arm circles. So 10 each way. Arm circles. Swing. Make sure you hit both arms. Right? Yeah, correct black. And then into 10 hugs. Do a little stretch in your chest. How are everybody's legs doing after yesterday? Hopefully feeling good. All right, then we're gonna get into 10 up downs. So this is like a burpee without the push up. So you're gonna kick your feet back, stand up. You can also step back, step up, stand up. Whatever that looks like for you.
Probably do it on a chair too.
You could also do it on a chair or a bench. Have one here. So you can jump back, jump up, or step back, step up. And then we're getting into 6 push-ups. So traditional push-up. Got a couple different ways you can do that. Stacey's showing you a traditional push-up. You can also do knee push-ups. Or you can do a traditional push-up, then put your knees down, push back up with your arms, back to the plank, down, put your knees on the ground, push up. You can also use your bench for push-ups. You can also use the wall for push-ups. Don't be fooled, those are hard too. And that is our warm-up.
3 times.
All right, our first movement we're gonna do today for upper body is dumbbell bench press. We're doing 4 sets of 10 to 12 reps. If you've got a bench and dumbbells, awesome. If you don't have a bench and dumbbells, we're gonna flip it around and we're gonna do push-ups instead. Stacy's gonna demo a bench press here, dumbbell bench press. We're doing a neutral grip, so that means your hands are gonna stay in line with your shoulders and they're not gonna rotate at the top. So you're just gonna push through dumbbell bench. She's gonna make sure her head stays on the bench. All right, you're gonna push straight up, bring those down. You only need to go down as far as elbow parallel to the ground. Nice and controlled movements. You don't want those dumbbells falling back down. Nice. And notice she's keeping her lower back on the bench. She's got her feet firmly planted on the ground. She's got a nice base of support there. Good job, Steve. Another option that we can do is a dumbbell bench from the ground. Sorry, a bench press from the ground, also known as a floor press. Thank you. So very similar to that bench, similar setup. You're gonna lay flat on the ground. And same thing, neutral grip. She's gonna push straight up. Her elbows can only come as far as parallel to the ground this time. Again, nice and controlled movements. She's got that lower back on the ground. You can do this legs flat, or you can have your knees bent. You can almost use those feet to kind of push through to keep that lower back flat to the ground. Nice. And again, If we're doing this with no equipment, you're doing this from home, we're gonna flip that over. We still are gonna hit some very similar muscles this way, doing some push-ups. So again, 4 sets of 10 to 12 reps with the push-ups. Stacy's got a very beautiful push-up. She's making sure that lower back is not sagging, it's staying nice and flat. And she's going chest all the way to deck. Nice work. And just like we did in the warm-up, if you want to do a variation of that, you can do these. I still want you to get your chest all the way to the deck before you push through. The other option I showed you was in a plank, chest to deck. Then you put your knees down and push up that way. It gives you a little bit of an assist, but you get the feeling of a full push up that way. Next up, we have 8 to 10 reps of a row movement. So these can be seated rows. We can use the machine at your gym for a cable row. We can use the barbell for the row. And then I've got an at-home variation of using a chair for your row. So Stacy's gonna start off. She's gonna do a seated banded row. We are doing 4 sets of 8 to 10 reps of these rows. So Stacy's got a band. She's gonna wrap it around the rig there. Sure, yeah, do that. So she's gonna get set up there. That band is gonna be at somewhere between waist height and shoulder height. She's gonna get it in a nice taut position there, and then she's gonna take those shoulder blades and she's gonna squeeze them together in the back. And then extend forward. Really, really nice. So we're going 8 to 10 reps there. Our other option is a barbell bent over row. So if you've got a barbell that you can use for this, you can go ahead and you're going to do hinge so that your back is nice and flat. You're gonna pull that barbell up to your chest. Again, you're squeezing those shoulder blades back there, pinching them together. Nice and controlled movements, making sure that your lower back is staying nice and flat. Nice job, Stacy. If you are at a gym where they have a cable row machine, it's a very similar setup where you're gonna be sitting and using that cable rower to pull back, pinching through your shoulder blades. Ask one of your trainers at the gym if you have questions on how to use that. I don't have one here to be able to demo that. Finally, if you are at home and you don't have any of this equipment, we're gonna get real creative and we're gonna use some of the equipment that you might have in your house, like a chair or a bar stool. So I have a handy chair here. I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. So the hardest part of this is getting underneath the chair, I think. So I still want to be in that rowing position, so I'm going to grab onto my chair either by the armrest or by the seat, and I'm just going to pull my chest towards the chair in that rowing position. Obviously, if you have a taller chair, you're going to get more range of motion. I just have a short chair here, so I'm only getting a short range of motion, but it's still plenty of work. A requirement for these workouts is the 90s, 2000s pop music so that you can dance along and have some fun with it. Okay, I'm totally kidding. You can listen to whatever music you want to. But we're having a good time here. So next up, we've got a superset of 3 different movements. So superset means you're gonna do one movement right into the next movement without any breaks. So the superset is going to be 3 sets, 10 reps each of lat raises, front raises, reverse flies. So we'll demo what that looks like for you. So remember, we're going from one right into the other, right into the third thing. We're gonna be doing 3 sets of that. So you'll go through this 3 times. All right, so starting off with the lat raises. Now, Stacy and I both have very, very light weights. She's got 2.5 pounds, I've got 5 pounds. I have also done this with cans of soup from my pantry. So that is your option if you are at home and you don't have any weights. I'll tell you that even just going through the movements without any kind of weight in your arms is going to give you a little bit of burn as well. So that's definitely a place where you can start. All right, so 10 lat raises, 10 front raises, 10 reverse flies. So for your lat raises, I'm gonna stay here with you. Nice neutral position with your feet. You're gonna take those dumbbells or your soup cans and you're gonna raise your arms up to the side, no higher than shoulder height. So we're going through 10 of those, and then we're gonna move into 10 front raises. So just like it sounds, we're gonna bring those dumbbells or soup cans directly out in front of you. Again, you're not going any higher than shoulder height. And then for our reverse flies, we're gonna bend over at the hips, a nice hinge, keep that back nice and flat, and we're pulling those dumbbells up to the side. You're going to pinch your shoulder blades together. Only go as high as your shoulders will let you. Stacy's got a lot more flexibility in her shoulders than I do. You can have a little bit of a bend in your elbow. Again, you're squeezing those shoulder blades. So that is our superset. 10 of each of those. Take a little break, a minute or two in between, and then hit that 2 more times. That is the end of Tuesday's upper body workout for today. Following this, I do want to get into a little bit of mobility work, get you guys nice and stretched out. I'll go through that next. All right, we're gonna run through just a quick little mobility work here. 4 different movements. You can run through these as many times as you want, spend as much time in any of the positions as you want to. It's just to get things cooled down and a little bit of mobility for you. Upper body mobility for today. So we're gonna start off with thread the needle and thoracic rotations. So with the thread the needle, you're gonna be on all fours. You're gonna take one arm, you're gonna send it through underneath the other arm. You're gonna feel a nice stretch all through here, and then you're going to send it up to the sky, go the other direction, thread the needle. Again, like I said, you can spend as much time in any of these positions as you need to. So get that nice stretch here, then send it up to the sky. Our next movement is a downward dog. So from here, you can pop it up onto your feet. Feel that nice stretch in your shoulders. Push your head through your shoulder blades. Sorry, through your shoulders. What are we listening to? We got it in the 90s, 2000s pop channel. No copyright infringement intended. All right, next we're gonna flip it over. We're gonna get into a nice grab bridge here. We're gonna stretch out those shoulders. Send those hips upwards towards the sky. Feel the stretch in your shoulders. It shouldn't hurt, only go as far as your shoulders will let you. You can see for me, it's not very far. All right, and then from here, we're gonna get into a bent over lat stretch. So we did work those lats a little bit today, so let's get those stretched out. Stacy's gonna get into a child's pose, but you can see she's still stretching her lats out. I'm going to get into a lat stretch on this bench here. You can also put your elbows on the bench, swing your arms, your hands back towards your head. That is your lat stretch. Comfy on there? That's our mobility work for today. All right, make it a terrific Tuesday.